Daystar is so thrilled to be on in Israel. It is an absolute miracle of Jehovah God, which we are grateful for, and we don't take it for granted. And you've heard me say this often, Daystar is still the only full-time Christian TV network that is actually on TV all over Israel. And we've been on there since 2006. And I wonder if anybody else is excited about that as I am. And to me, it is very, very significant biblically, because as I understand the scriptures, Israel and the Jewish people are God's time clock, or God's calendar. And as Israel goes, so goes the rest of the world. And how awesome that God would choose Daystar to have the opportunity to be a blessing to Israel in the last days. I mean, this is definitely an end-time prophetic occurrence. And I know that you must be grateful just like I am. Daystar is on the two main TV outlets in Israel. And one of those two is called Yes. Not no, but yes. Yes is more positive. No is negative. Who would want to be on the no network? I want to be on the yes network. And so, yes in Israel would be comparable to if you were to take DirecTV and the Dish Network in America and combine them together. Because there's only one main satellite to home delivery system in Israel, and it's called Yes. And we are so delighted to have one of the vice presidents of the Yes satellite network from Israel as our special guest here this evening. And I want her to come up here. Her name is Michal. And I want to try my best to pronounce the rest of this, Michal. Rafaeli-Kaduri. Rafaeli-Kaduri. Michal Rafaeli-Kaduri. How did you get such a name?
Rafaeli is from Raphael.
Okay.
That was the name of my uncle. He was killed in the war, so my father adopted his name.
Oh, that is so wonderful.
And Kaduri is from my husband.
Okay.
So I carry two names.
Is Kaduri also a Jewish name?
Yeah, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, the plaque says Daystar Television Network presented to Michal Rafaeli-Kaduri and to Yes for your generous commitment of time and support to our endeavors in Israel 2011.
Thank you.
So I want to present this to her. And there you are. Thank you very much.
So much.
If you want to make some comments to our audience.
Few words. Dear friends, it's a great pleasure for me and a privilege to be here with you tonight. You know, for me to speak in English, it's not an everyday thing, so I will read it. It's for me the second year to be with you, and I want to thank you, Marcus and Steve, for having me at your great Christmas party. I wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Hanukkah for all of us. And in behalf of all the entire organization of Yes, thank you very much, and Shalom.
Thank you. There's a gentleman here tonight who has been so instrumental in a lot of things that Daystar is doing in Israel. And we didn't meet him, though, Steve, until after we got on in Israel. But then he became such a dear friend, not only to Daystar, but to Joni and me and to our family. His name is Moshe Barzvi. He is an Israeli, I think a fourth generation. We'll find out if that's correct. He was formerly the head of the Jerusalem Post newspaper, which is the main newspaper in Jerusalem. And not only does he represent Daystar, but he has his own company called Footsteps, which does business around the world with many of the major Christian ministries. And so we're so delighted to have Moshe Barsvi with us. Moshe, I want you to come up here, and I want to present something to you. And Moshe is he's just the nicest, kindest, sweetest guy. I've yet to see him get upset. And I'll have to ask his wife if he ever does. But he just always stays calm, cool, and collected. And one of the treats that Joni and I got to have is when Moshe took us to meet his rabbi. And we actually went to the rabbi's home, and some of the Daystar singers were with us, and Joni will remember that we actually sang for the rabbi. And Joe, you remember that? And you guys sang in Hebrew. What did the rabbi think about the Daystar singers singing in Hebrew, Moshe?
That was unbelievable, I'm telling you. I mean, a few years later, he still asks me, when are you going to come again?
Oh, well, we'll work on that. One of the things that Daystar has recently entered into a partnership with Israel is concerning the new program, which is seen exclusively on Daystar, called Israel Now News. And Moshe is the executive producer of this program. And I believe we've just received our 7th episode, and it has been so well received. And my feeling about Daystar in Israel was this, that one of the things that Daystar could do was make time available, a window of opportunity, so Israel and Israelis could tell the truth about what's happening in Israel. So much of our news media has a liberal slant to it. And many of them are not truthful and not accurate and not fair when it comes to reporting about Israel. And it's interesting that the Muslim world has their own news channel called Al Jazeera. And that is carried in a lot of places. But Israel doesn't have its own channel like that is seen internationally. Of course, they have their own news channels in Israel. So I felt like that it was incumbent upon Daystar to make that opportunity so that Israel could say, hey, here's what's going on. This is our motivation. This is what the truth is. And for Israel to have that window to the world. So I want to present this on behalf of Daystar to Moshe Barsvi for Outstanding News Program Achievement, Israel Now News 2011. God bless you, Moshe.
Bless you. God bless you.
And Moshe, I don't have to wonder about whether he will have something to say. He always has something to say.
Yes, I do. First of all, I'm very honored and privileged to be here. And in this building, you would never see me upset because I carry the blessing of God when I'm coming here. Thank you so much for having me and having Michal tonight. It's really an honor. And I really want to thank you for hosting Israel Now News. I want to thank you, Marcus and Johnny, and Steve Wilhite, that shared with me the vision 18 months ago, and was kind enough to tell me that it does not work when the pilot was wrong. But I just want to tell you one thing about Israel Now News, which is a true story that happened 3 weeks ago. A colleague of mine that is handling the one piece of the program is getting into the Irish Parliament in Belfast. It really happened. And the finance minister of Ireland is coming to him and say, I know you. So my friend says, yes, I'm from the Knesset in Jerusalem. So he said, no, I watched Daystar yesterday with my wife. I saw you on Israel Now News. But really, beyond this, I think that for me, it's a prophecy that Daystar, who's for me a Christian Jewish Israeli organization, is the right home for Israel Now News and the right platform to spread the news. And for me, it's an honor to bring the truth from Jerusalem on the wings or beneath the wings of Daystar. And I want to thank each and every one of you for getting the mission done. And I'm sure that this is only the beginning, and the best is yet to come.